think Shakur respects Teo to the point where he gonna train like he's never trained before, because this is a great fight for him. This is probably the best fight of his career up to date. Even though he's been in some great fights, this is probably the best opponent.
Sorry. Shakur has more to lose. Yes. He's the undefeated fighter. He's seen as the eventual pound-for-pound champ potentially. But Teo has more to win. He has more to gain.
Because there's no certain with Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the most up, down, left, right guys I've ever been around.
Mercurial, he could say.
I mean,
yes.
But when he is on, he's damn near unbeatable. I mean, he's such a good athlete. He has such a good boxing IQ. He's so physical and explosive.
Boxing analysts see the Shakur Stevenson-Teofimo Lopez matchup as a risky clash of styles and momentum. Max Kellerman notes that Stevenson carries greater pressure due to his undefeated record and technical reputation, giving him more to lose. Lopez enters as the underdog with less pressure and more upside, making the fight unpredictable, especially given his ability to bounce back from setbacks.
Shakur is fighting to protect that perfect record, to protect that kind of sense that he's the next guy. On the other hand, Teo is like he can fight with more abandon against Shakur because there's so much for him to gain. And if he loses, he's lost before. He lost to Cambosa.
Greg Hackett predicts Shakur Stevenson will likely win by decision, citing his discipline, ring IQ, and control in the ring. However, he stresses that Teofimo Lopez remains a real danger, capable of changing the fight instantly with his explosiveness and timing. While anything can happen, Hackett believes Shakur's consistency, preparation, and respect for Teofimo's threat give him the edge in this high-stakes clash between two elite fighters.
I think Shakur, yeah, my first mind told me Shakur, and I thought about it. Yeah, I'm picking Shakur by decision, but because this is fighting, anything can happen. You can't count Teo out. So there is thoughts sometimes that cross my brain, like, damn, what if Teo catch him like real good though? You know what I mean? And hurt him, or what if he just out hustling? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of shit that crossed my mind, but I still like Shakur for the dub. I like Shakur for the dub because he knows how to win. Like, he knows how to win. You know what I'm saying? And he's always prepared to win. So, and I think Shakur respects Teo to the point where he gonna train like he's never trained before, because this is a great fight for him. This is probably the best fight of his career up to date. Even though he's been in some great fights, this is probably the best opponent. You know what I mean? And Teo, same for Teo. So when it's like that, when you put Magic and Bird together, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of situation it is. Magic Johnson was nice, but Larry Bird was nice. You put them together, you get a nice game. You know what I mean? So you put these two together, you get a nice fight.
Is this one of the fights that we're going to remember historically? Like, is this a, you know, it's 19, it's 19, when did Leonard and Hearns first fight? Is this one of them?
That shit was like 87 or some shit. Yeah.
It's 19.
Like 87 or something.
No, it had to be earlier than that, right?
84 maybe.
One? Yeah, like
I don't know, because he was in the 76 Olympics. Well, no, 70.
Wasn't it 78?
No, they ain't fighting 78.
No, I'm saying 78 Olympics, wasn't he?
Right.
Chris Algieri focuses on Teofimo Lopez's mindset, noting that Madison Square Garden heightens both the pressure and the opportunity. He believes Teofimo thrives under chaos and doubt, often performing at his best when counted out. While Lopez is unpredictable, Algieri says his athleticism, boxing IQ, and explosive power make him extremely dangerous when everything aligns, turning this underdog role into a serious threat for Shakur Stevenson.
Health of boxing on this side of the world. You know, listen, there's nothing like the Garden. We've both fought there many times. I fought in the big room. There's nothing like the Garden. Just the vibe, like you said, champ, that's around that. And this fight is deserving to be here. It's that good of a fight. It's that big of a fight, and especially like I said, like the health of American boxing. This is one of the best fights that can be made, and putting it in the Garden just makes too much sense.
But the idea of the turmoil, the eyes on it, the spectacle, the circus. Chris, you talked about the idea that Teofimo Lopez kind of lives in this. That's where he flourishes. That's what he loves. This idea that because there's so many eyeballs on it, it's going to be kind of a circus. Does that favor Teofimo a little bit when you look at the strategy? Yes, no?
I'm going to say well, I can't say for certain because there's no certain with Teofimo Lopez. He's one of the most up, down, left, right guys I've ever been around.
Mercurial, we could say.
I mean,
yes.
But when he is on, he's damn near unbeatable. I mean, he's such a good athlete. He has such a good boxing IQ. He's so physical and explosive. And again, I've said this on past shows. I've called him many times for Top Rank, been around fight weeks, and it just seems to me, the more out of sorts he seems, the more back against the wall it looks like, the more that he's an underdog, the better he performs. And this could be that kind of situation. New York is a tough place, man. They're already gibbering, going back and forth, saying like, you know, he reps Brooklyn, but there's kind of questions about his Brooklyn roots. Can he really rep Brooklyn in the way that he says he can? So he's already getting that heat for that. I don't know. It might be a good thing to kind of poke the bear in terms of how well Teofimo is going to show up.
Paulie, that's a huge. You're from Brooklyn. That's a big insult to say that you're not really from Brooklyn.
Insult him a little bit.
Insult him a little bit. Insult him.
But I'll tell you what. There's so many thoughts in my head with this situation because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights.
Teofimo Lopez explains that a fight with Shakur Stevenson is about more than hype or money. He believes elite matchups deserve elite pay and says his style brings creativity, excitement, and adaptability, not just cautious boxing. Inspired by past greats, Lopez blends classic technique with modern athleticism and sees this fight as a chance to prove his versatility, honor boxing history, and cement his place among today's elite.
Of course, I'm talking about Shakur.
$4 million.
Ooh, we didn't get into Shakur.
Oh, yeah, I want to see like entertainment, and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
you know,
I got that.
I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed. Yeah. And everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like I go back in time because that's where my future is at. And so like as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly, man.
Shakur Stevenson is fully locked in for his fight with Teofimo Lopez, treating it as the biggest challenge of his career. He is training with intense focus, sharpening his skills, timing, and game plan. A strong performance could elevate his standing in boxing, making this bout a defining moment rather than just another fight. Tim Bradley views the matchup as a technically rich fight with major implications for boxing's future. He says Devin Haney is setting the standard by pushing elite fighters to face one another and believes the winner should face Haney next to keep the division moving forward. Bradley urges commentators to study the fight closely, noting it will be decided by timing, precision, and subtle adjustments rather than constant exchanges. He emphasizes that true understanding of the fighter's styles and tendencies is essential, calling the bout a showcase of discipline, high-level skill, and the evolution of modern boxing.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney setting the trend. Devin Haney setting the trend. Yeah. Yep, he's setting the trend. Now all these young guys starting to test themselves against each other now. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. We want to see who the best is, yo. And then the winner of this fight right here needs to fight Devin Haney. Why not? Why not? Keep it going. Keep it going. But anyways, look, this is a message, man. Anybody that's going to be working that card, y'all better make sure y'all do y'all damn homework. I'm talking about any commentators, any host, anybody. Do your damn homework, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because this not going to be one of them fights where it's going to be rock 'em, sock 'em, both guys hitting each other and stuff like that. No, it's going to be small, little nuancey type of things that if you don't know what you watching, you can't tell us what the hell is going on. All the fans at home going to be like, what's going on? You know? They don't have the knowledge that you're supposed to have to give us some food for our damn thoughts. So do your damn homework on this, okay? Oh, that go for everybody that's gonna be calling this fight because there's every offense that or every type of any offense that's gonna be landed It's going to have to be earned or set up. Both these guys are intelligent, right? Teofimo Lopez, explosive as hell. He's smart as well. Shoot, you got to remember, this man was the first man to beat Lomachenko. Yeah, well before Haney. Yeah, So, look, check this out. And you already know Shakur Stevenson. You know what he bring into the ring. Defense first. Yep, defense first. You ain't getting nothing. I'm gonna get mine when I get mine and when I want to get mine, but you ain't getting nothing. So look, y'all might perceive this fight as being boring and this and that. This gonna be one hell of a technical.
Analyst Wade believes Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez know each other's styles extremely well, having risen through similar systems. He says Teofimo attempting to break or stop Shakur would be something never truly seen before. Wade expects a cautious, slow-paced, highly strategic fight rather than an aggressive shootout, with both fighters relying on intelligence, discipline, and subtle adjustments. While less explosive, he views the matchup as a deeply technical battle that will reward knowledgeable boxing fans.
Like, to me, just from the outside looking in, that he was pushed ahead of you. He was getting the fights that you were calling for Loma. He got Loma.
Yeah.
You wanted other guys. He was getting other guys. Did you see him as a future foe? Because at one point you were 2 divisions ahead of him.
I think that everything just plays out the way it does, and eventually we was gonna end up meeting up with each other eventually. I think that's how it works, right? When 2 greats collide, you're bound to see a great fight. So I never seen any jealousy in my part with him. I mean, for crying out loud, he fought for Team USA, he got a silver medal. And,
not during them times though,
and
bro.
The whole thing
not
was
during them times.
pushed.
I'm speaking on the times where I felt like you had a push start. You got the you used to be ahead of me far as like you was the code on Terrence Crawford card. I was underneath. Then you got the opportunity to fight with Lomachenko. And after that, I felt like I kind of got pushed more than you, and you felt some type of way about the way that I was pushed more than you when it came down to ESPN. I remember you saying a little comment with the ESPN only like black fighters and all that kind of stuff. And when you said that, I kind of felt like it was a shot at me. So
the hell? That's where we're going. ESPN only likes black fighters. I don't remember that. But all right, let's take it there then. Shit, what are we saying, Tio? They only watching the black fighters over at ESPN?
I felt like it was a little bit of jealousy.
No, I just didn't give enough. That's all.
Cool.
Just didn't give enough about it all.
Yeah, but when you said in the
ended
comments,
up-
you said something there. It was something you said at that time. That was something. It was the way you felt, right?
Nah, I just pushed the movement that I felt like we was taking over as we are now.
Like I said, I think you the truth. I know I'm the truth, and can't wait to see it.
Yo, Shakur is showing them teeth off, son. Now that he got that gap fixed, Shakur is showing them shits off. That man's smiling. That man, you know what I'm saying? Just throwing them teeth out there. And he should. Everybody giving Shakur stick about fixing his gap in his teeth. Y'all would do the same shit. Just because J. Cole got on a song and talked about how he never fixed his gap in his tooth and he wanted to remain himself or whatever, I'm not with that. If you got something like that where, you know what I'm saying, you got the saloon doors in the middle, gums with no teeth, you want to push the shits together, you know what I'm saying, you want to bring the whole family together, I'm not mad at that at all. But Shakur is flexing them, you know what I'm saying?
Now, Shakur, you, judging by the recent CompuBox numbers, you're number 1 by a mile as far as fighters.
Bruce Carrington identifies Teofimo Lopez's difficulty with movement as a key weakness against Shakur Stevenson. He says Shakur's footwork, patience, and distance control could frustrate Lopez, as seen in Teofimo's past struggles against elusive opponents. Carrington believes managing that frustration and adapting will be crucial for Lopez, but predicts Shakur's defensive style will make it a difficult night for him.
So like, Tio is gonna bring the fight. He's very athletic. You know, he has a lot of explosiveness, and but I do feel like when it comes to Shakur, bro, his movement may frustrate him. The only thing that worries me when it comes to Teofimo is his frustration. Like, is he going to be able to work well with a mover? You know, we've seen, you know, difficulties that he had with Sandor Martin. We've seen the difficulties that he had with Jimmy Ortiz, guys that's been moving around and not staying still. Like, if you keep Tio moving around and he can't plant his feet, what can he do? We're gonna have to find that out on you know, January 31st. And I think Shakur, he's probably one of the best guys to, you know, move his feet, be on defense, being hella patient and frustrating a fighter, bro. Like, so I don't know. we've seen Teo get frustrated to the point where he's asking himself, do I still got it? You know what I'm saying? We got to see what his mentality is going to be like come January 31st.
Do you think that his experience on the biggest of stages, his two biggest wins, he was an underdog. Then both guys, ironically enough, were southpaws like Shakur. That play any factor to you, man?
Nah, styles is different. The styles are totally different. Lomachenko don't fight like Shakur. Josh Taylor don't fight like Shakur. I don't see, just because southpaw, that same thing will happen. I feel like certain techniques could be used to fight Shakur, yeah. But in terms of like that approach of the fight, nah. Like Shakur fight's totally different. You gotta be able to do some out of pocket stuff with Shakur. You gotta throw while he's throwing. That's probably some of the only times that he's able to get hit. Only time he's open. So yeah, other than that, bro, it's gonna be a pretty tough night for Teofimo Lopez, but
analyst Henry outlines Shakur Stevenson's resume ahead of his fight with Teofimo Lopez. Stevenson is 24-0 with 11 knockouts and turned pro in 2017. At 28, he is in his athletic prime and similar in size to Lopez, though he holds an experience edge as a 3-division world champion
in their athletic primes. He's 5'8". These are on paper heights, so potentially a little bit shorter. He could even be a bit taller than Teofimo Lopez. I really need to see them next to each other to make that assessment. No lifts in the shoes, all that stuff. But around the same size is the most important thing. The difference, though, with Shakur Stevenson is he's actually a 3-weight division world champion, and he started a division lower than Teofimo Lopez, meaning naturally it would appear that he's slightly the smaller man. Although that doesn't necessarily mean they're now not the same size. He could easily have filled out to be roughly the same size as Teofimo Lopez is on the night in the ring. Now for me, I'm going to jump back to 2021 to first start talking about Shakur Stevenson, when he managed to get a win over Jamel Herring. Again, he'd had significant wins before this fight, but it was the first one where I really tuned into his career. Notable wins had already come against Joet Gonzalez,
who rose from lighter weights. Henry believes Shakur's skill set, championship pedigree, and experience make him a serious match for Lopez both physically and technically.